Hello fellas, Frankie Day here for Frankie Day's Models. Okay guys, this is video number 9 for my flush deck 4-piper Destroyer USS WARD DD-139 and her 1941 refit. Okay, I'm quite sure that Debbie Outerbridge, Captain Outerbridge will approve of this. I did make a lot of leeway on this. Before we get discussed on what's been done on the model, I'd like to thank everybody out there for your wonderful prayers for me and my wonderful wife. Things are starting to come my way now. I got my insurance all taken care of, and hopefully I'll probably be getting another car in a week or two. And it took a lot of money, and it took a lot of this to fight for my right, what's right, opposed to something that's wrong. And I felt I was treated very wrongly for what has happened, and so I was raised by my parents growing up. Always stick by your guns. If you're right, you're right, and make sure everybody knows that you're right. And I'm right. And so good things goes to those that that wait, and good things that pray. Good things goes to those who pray. And prayer always helps. And I'm very, very grateful. I have such a host of great friends out there, and a wonderful modeling community that we have. And your prayers have been answered by God. And Jesus has really smiled on my wife and me, and that's how I like it. That's how I want it. So my insurance is all taken care of. So hopefully I'll be getting another car real soon. And my brother's been my cab driver for a while until I get back in the driver's seat again, which is coming very, very soon. And I'd like to thank everybody out there. And I love you guys. You guys are the greatest, you know. And I wish I can be there at your homes right now hugging you guys and give you a handshake and go out for dinner or something, anything. But it's kind of hard to do. But this is close enough, and I think you guys understand. I know I do. So thank you guys. I love you guys. Thank you. Okay. Back to the USS WARD, of course. Thus far taken from the last video 8, I've got all the torpedo tubes all detailed out. I got them all completed on here, I think. I'm quite sure they're all done now. I don't know if I had them all done in the last video. I think I had 2 going, 2 more to go. But all the torpedo tubes have been done, and they've been detailed out. I've got the aft searchlight structure aft. It's all been completed. So I'm starting to go around the ship, put the rails on, and do other detail parts with the mast on. When I get that done, start all the way forward from the bridge aft, I'm going to start doing the rigging and start doing a lot of detail work on the funnels, and the steam pipes all done, guy wires all done, and a few details need to be added to this kit, and also fine detailing will come in, and it should be all finished. So I should have this thing done probably about another couple of weeks, and get it out of the way, put her in the living room for display, and start working on my hair here and start getting that thing prepared for painting, and get that kind of couple postings on Mr. Martin Lammett's Hawker Harrier 50th anniversary group build page on Facebook. I'll get a couple pictures posted there, post a video here in the same. Okay, we're going to spin around and take a look at the mighty 1919 USS WARD Wilkes class 4-piper destroyer. And we'll zoom in a little closer here. Working aft where all the torpedoes are at. And we'll get a little closer in here. Pointy stick time. I got the aft searchlight platform constructed. It's made from wire and paper. And I've got all the torpedo tubes all done. And I have where they sit at right here. You sit on the seat right there, and they got a wheel right there. And when they turn that wheel around, when they sit on the seat, it turns this torpedo tube around. They push a button on the box, and torpedoes will shoot out. You can see where the wheel's at right there. You got the seat behind there. And I gotta add the voice tube right there where he speaks to. There's a voice tube probably goes down to engineering somewhere when he needs steam pressure to jettison the torpedoes. So I got all the torpedoes completely done. I got the aft searchlight tower installed. And I believe that's about as much as I got on it. It took a lot of time to get these tubes all done. They were carved from that wooden dowel that I showed you a while ago. Using the plans, I put them exactly against the plans, see if they're all the same, symmetric with the plans. Next to do is I can do all the rail work aft. The after supply house aft has got to have rail works done there too. And I got to put the ammo boxes on there aft. I'm going to make depth charge racks through here. The ensign staff needs to be glued in place. And once all that's all done, starting here, I got to put wire around there, add the guy wires, all the steam pipes, like made out of this little dowling I gave you in the kit. Fits about like this, and it fits about like that. And you got to have wire supports coming out of the tubing into the stacks. So I got her pretty much done, fella. Pretty well done on her way. She looks like a 4-piper destroyer to me. And the USS WARD was a Wilkes class flush deck 4-piper destroyer. They had a Clemson class too, was the same thing. Like I say, all these 310 destroyers, all 253 of them that were constructed right at the end of the First World War, not one of them are the same. Some had closed bulkheads, like right here. We're all closed to here. On the plans, this is the early refit of this before it was converted to an LPH, which is a high-speed transport, which was their last designation for the USS WARD. It was all filled in across here. They done that because they got a lot of salt water that spraying through the breezeway is getting into the food and everything. Because you got to realize this thing of the galley is right underneath this deck house right here. That's where they cook at down below. And they got mess tenants that take the food from the galley and they go and take it down below where they eat at. Same thing with the officers, the same thing. So you got somebody that's actually running the food down to you. Back in those days, there's a lot of beans, stew, rice, chicken, all kinds of regular food to keep you in shape for a sailor. These 310 destroyers were very wet boats, very wet. And like I said, along with the Eagle boats, they had trolley lines that went all the way across there, where the guys had a T-handle. They could ride that trolley and run without having fears of falling over the side, because these things yarn. They heave from port to starboard, up and down. They had a very round hull and a very low freeboard. And you don't want to go wash overboard into something like this. So that's why they got that trolley line where you can hang on to and just swing your way across one end of the ship to the other. You can tell this is an old school destroyer. It's one of the first that there was, and we used them during the Second World War. They served both wars. They're a very, very fast ship. These things go about 32 knots. They're pretty fast. And they're very low in the water, and they're very hard to see, especially from a distance. And the USS WARD was the first ship that fought the first shot of Pearl Harbor during the entry of us getting into World War. A lot of guys say, well, she fired the first shot of the war. So no, that's not true. There's other ships that fired the first shot of the war. You got to realize on the other side of the pond, in the European theater, where they had ships out there that fighting Germany before we got involved. And there was shots being fired there in their private war that they had. But for us, the USS WARD was the first ship to fire a shot in anger. Of course, she sunk one of the midget submarines, and confirmation was done 70-something years later. So this is an old school model. They just give you a hull and a bunch of wood and a set of plans, and you're on your own. When their hands leave off, yours take over. Here I is again, back off with the camera. A big face and a small monitor don't match. Okay, this terminates video number 9 for my USS WARD, and make Godspeed in about a couple weeks, maybe perhaps less. Since a lot of things are off my mind now. I got my license restored. I mean my insurance restored. No threat of losing my license. And the best thing of all, guys, I'm here. Because like I say, guys, I saw that car come head on towards me. I knew I was done. God saved my life. Airbags and seat belts, they help. Believe you guys, so please button up those seat belts, and please be careful when you're driving an automobile, because you got too many people nowadays on the roads, and they got a lot of this going on with these iPads. They keep watching. They go like this. I see people go down the freeway with those things in their hands. I says, my God, don't they know that this thing is a guided missile that what they're driving? They seem to think cars got feelings and eyeballs and they can make decisions. They don't. They're just a piece of machinery. It's controlled by what's in here, not here. Terrible. They should have a law against that, guys. These people nowadays are like robots, man, with those things in their hands. No matter where you go, they got their heads bowed down low, looking at those things, laughing and showing everybody and taking pictures of themselves. The only picture I take of myself is on YouTube, fellas, when I'm making these wonderful videos for you great guys out there. That's the kind of pictures I'd like to see. I know what things are on the outside. It's a form of blindness. You get stuck in the media like that, and don't prepare you for the eventuality of reality, what this world's going to become. And believe you me, I face reality every day. Almost 2 weeks ago, I had a head-on collision with that guy. That was reality right there. There was no utopia world. That was the reality. And God upstairs saved my life. And your prayers and everything, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I'm very, very grateful for your prayers, because your prayers work. Prayer always works, fellas. And when you're in dire straits, you're hurting bad, your keel is low, you're taking on water, you're about ready to sink, and there's a chance you can stay above, stay afloat, prayer always helps. Believe you me, God wants you to come to Him, wants you to humble to Him, and this may be a test of faith. God wants you closer to Him. And believe you me, I'm sold. And so that'll be it. Okay, video 10 be coming up. I should have that probably by the Saturday. By the Saturday, I should have all the real work done on this thing. I had the maintenance done. Depth charge rack's all done. And next is just go ahead and rig up details as you go along, and she's finished. And that'd be it. These 310 destroyers by Bluejacket can be found almost on eBay. I notice on eBay they're coming out quite often now. And you can find them there, or you can find them at ship crafters. Bluejacket. Now, Bluejacket sells these things. It's still in production. They run about $400. So you can get these. I've seen these on eBay go. People place bids on them anywhere from $150 to $200. And so if you can save yourself $200 getting a brand new one, you know, that's more power to you. A lot better, I think. So a lot of these old Bluejacket kits, you know, I got from my father. My father was a very avid model builder. That's how I learned my stuff from my daddy, and I inherited his collection when he passed away and told me I could have his things. And I do remember seeing this when I was a little boy. And he opened up a couple times. I remember him saying, look at me. One of these days this might be yours, Frank. And I always hang on to that hope. It'll be mine. It's definitely mine now. No mistake about it. I inherited probably about 10 kits from my father. Bluejacket kits. Because when he was in the Navy, because back in those days, there was very smattering amount of model companies that made models. And Bluejacket was founded in 1905. So they've been making and producing models from 1905 up to now. So that makes them the oldest model manufacturer that is in the world today as we live in. And they went through about 4 or 5 managers within the past 40-something years, I can remember. And I just hope they keep staying in business. And a lot of people are shying away from these things because people don't want to spend the time transforming a piece of wood into something like this. So model building is a time-consuming hobby regardless of ships or airplanes. The slower you work, the better it's going to look. The faster it's going to be, you build it, there can be some flaws you made. And no model is flawless. I've seen professional built models that I found a couple of boo-boos they overlooked. And especially the Smithsonian Institution. And so ourselves are our own worst critics. Okay guys, it's time for you to bail out of here right now. I'd like to thank everybody again for your wonderful replies and your views and your likes and don't likes. And again, thank you very much for your wonderful prayers. I'm pretty well kosher now. I'm just waiting for a car, and it'll be like it never happened. It just cost me a lot of money. That's all it is, folks. It's all about money nowadays. That's all it is. Nothing else, nothing less. So money makes you comfortable, and money helps out. And most of all, prayer works. Okay, time for you to get out of here. That's it for the ward. That's it for Frankie Day. And God bless you guys. I love you guys. You guys take care of yourselves. Take care of Mama. Take care of your babies in the house. Drive carefully. And be good. And we'll catch you on video 10 this Saturday on the USS WARD. Bye, guys. Take care, gentlemen. God love you, fellas. Frankie Day out of here from Frankie Day Models. Turn 2, continue shit's work. Bye, boys.